It's been a while. Guess it's time for another controversial video. Because those always end up well. Greetings, fellow Vita fans. This is James with PS Vita at 2 AM, coming at you once again with another exciting video. And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. I'm just gonna go ahead and make this statement as an in general concept. Whether or not you're with the PS Vita, the PlayStation 5, the Xbox 360, the Vectrex? Regardless of what system you're playing, you're always going to run into some games that you absolutely enjoy, while others in the community might not agree with. And that's putting it pretty lightly. There are tons of flame wars I've seen in the past go around this concept. They make for a fun watch though. Regardless of all that, like many others, I too have come up with my own set of games that I personally enjoy on the Vita that a lot of people would disagree with. And thus I have to play in the dark when nobody's around because of this shame. And that's what brings me to this list here today. But before I begin, I would like to know, what games do you personally enjoy that many others don't? Don't be shy now, feel free to express them down in the comments, and we'll continue to look at each other with judgmental eyes. Here is the first game that I oftentimes get ostracized for liking, and will probably receive death threats after this video. Back in 1995, which is a pseudo-spiritual successor to the old Silent Hill style games, maybe with a little bit of Resident Evil mixed in for good measure. Doesn't have NASCAR Claire though, so it loses a little bit of points for that. A throwback to the survival, horror, and mystery games of the original PlayStation back in 1995 faithfully recreates everything from this golden era of games. Or as some of us say in the community, all but forgotten era. We're a very small community that says that. Be transported to a world both concrete and indistinct, where you must uncover the mystery surrounding the disappearance of your daughter, the catastrophe that shook the city, and why you've decided to finally return. I'm not really trying to blow anyone's mind here, but I'm assuming it's to rescue the daughter, right? Back in 1995 was created as a labor of love by indie developer Takaaki Ishigo as a means to replicate the unique feeling he had from his first gaming experiences, the PlayStation and the Sega Saturn. I personally didn't have time for any of those. I was busy watching porn. Get lost in the nostalgic world of retro 3D graphics, including new low-res models, texture warping, CRT emulation, and fixed CCTV style camera angles. In other words, tank controls. Relive the mystery game genre with an old school user interface and tank controls. Yeah, I just said that. Explore a sparse cityscape in the year 1995 littered with clues about the past. Interact with a cast of damaged characters whose intentions you can never truly know. Uncover the mystery of yourself, your daughter, and what happened to the city. Uh-oh, I've seen certain videos online start out this way. The reason why I think so many people out there don't really care for this game, or at the very least just find it kind of meh, is the fact that it's pretty much what it's trying to imitate here: Silent Hill and Resident Evil. And I think a lot of people in their own minds think, well, hey, this game isn't half as good as those series. But I would like to remind people here is that it's not really supposed to be, honestly. It's a game that's strictly in indie territory, because yeah, it's an indie game, and its budget just isn't going to be Silent Hill and Resident Evil like. But I think that for what they had going here and their budget, I think he did a pretty bang up job with this game. Yeah, sure, it's not really particularly scary, but I think as far as the controls and atmosphere, he got those down pretty solid. I think if I was to make one little complaint here is that the game is a bit on the short side, I mean it's an indie game after all, and that there are no actual bosses in this. If we would have at least had like a final boss or something, that would have been so epic. But as it is, it's still a game that I enjoy that others sadly don't. Second game is Ragnarok Odyssey Ace. I was really shocked to hear that a lot of people who reviewed this game online didn't really like it very much. And I only have one thing to say to those reviewers: you're wrong. But what's it about? Ragnarok Odyssey Ace is an evolution and expanded version of the popular giant hunting game Ragnarok Odyssey, featuring crossplay between the PS Vita and the PS3 versions, which I'm not really sure if is a thing anymore. Somebody, I demand that we start using our own online servers and start Dreamcasting this. Ragnarok Odyssey Ace includes a wealth of other new content and features as well. New job-specific Ace skills change the battle dynamically, while the addition of hireable in-game mercenaries ensures that players can have a full battle party with which to challenge the toughest of foes even when offline. And if you're like me who doesn't have any friends, you're always offline. The new Tower of Yggdrasil, with its randomly generated levels, ensures that there will always be fun, unique content each time the game is played. See reviewers, the description says that the game is fun, and we can always trust video game descriptions to be accurate. And one of the main complaints I hear regarding this game is the fact that it's very repetitive and there's not really a whole lot of a story to be going on here. Wait, to be going on here? But I think one of the things that they're really forgetting when it comes to a game like this is, or at least in the Vita version's case,
portability.
I love the fact that I can do a quick 5 to 10 minute mission on the bus and then, hey, be on my way. Or hey, I can even play this game on the toilet. Sometimes. Most of the time. Alright, all the time. I mean, yeah, even though I would kind of consider a game like this to be in the Monster Hunter clone category, it's not quite as good as Monster Hunter, and I think a lot of people love to compare it to it. Sure, it's no Soul Sacrifice Delta, but then few things are. Not the best action RPG series out there, but one that is extremely fun to play, especially when you're on the go. Or, on the toilet. It's perfect for it. Okay, so the next game is probably the one that I'm the most confused about why it gets such negative press. This is Drive Girls. I mean, let's be serious here. How can you hate on a game that's called Drive Girls? That's every adolescent's dream! It's a game that I have played in the background on some of my past videos, but it's been a long time since I've actually talked about it point blank. And this one, oh boy, is it ever weird. Crash head on into battle. Play as any of the 5 Drive Girls in this action driving hack and slash hybrid. Yes, you heard that right. It's a driving game and a hack and slash game. That you just can't make this stuff up. And battle in human or supercar form to reign victory over the enemy. Cruise through the Sun Island, featuring an extensive single-player campaign and local or online multiplayer for up to 4 players. You hear that, guys? Online multiplayer. You can't hate on things like this. Tune up and roll out. Players can boost the Drive Girl stats in the garage by tuning and customizing their ride with new parts and sleek new decals using the currency earned after every mission. Hey, you can put decals on fictional women. This is awesome. Shut up. Okay, now, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I did say that I'm most confused as to why people don't like this game, but at the same time, I think I kinda get why they don't. And that's because of the series that this game is trying to be. And if you haven't figured it out yet, this picture right here should explain everything. Other than the fact that we're all getting aroused right now. Yeah, it's trying to be Senran Kagura basically, but with cars. And hey, even just saying that sentence makes it seem more awesome. And again, much like with back in 1995, I think everybody has that in their mind of what it's trying to replicate. And I will be the first one to say right now, no, it's not as good as Senran Kagura. It's more of a diet Senran Kagura, I guess. But hey, that does not mean it is bad whatsoever. In fact, hey, you can actually have your girls transform as cars and attack enemies in that form. It's not just for racing. Senran Kagura can't claim it does that. Add in a fun single player mode and fun online play that is still active to this day. Well, okay, when I say active, I mean it's still available to play, there's just not very many people playing, and you have yourself one heck of a game here. Oh, and fun fact here, Limited Run Games originally wanted to do a physical release of this game, but thankfully Access ended up picking it up for a physical release of its own, which I'm super excited about because it made it much less stressful in order to get a copy of this game. You could get it back at GameStop back in the day. Oh, and second fun fact here, I actually spent over $70 to import this game when it first came out in Japan, but little did I know that it was going to be releasing shortly in the US as a budget game for only 20 bucks. In English. I never got over that. And that'll conclude this video. Those are all of the games that I personally get ostracized for because I thoroughly enjoy. But what games are guilty pleasures for you? Which ones do you secretly hide from others while playing? Let me know down in the comments section. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. This video has been brought to you in part by all of these wonderfully generous people who help make this content possible, including Jesus Hernandez, Kayonko, Sakib Alam, Kabul Trappa, Burzin Mystery, Juan M. Hermosillo, Azumara, Jackie, Eric DeWitt, Tasha Monty, Donut Belly, Romp King, Ronan Elganto, Matt Hargett, Dr. Super Artie, Bush and Ryu Cat, Milk Sama, Mio Arashi, Shin Snake, Reiko Star, Joseph Razmick, Matt Fox, Braden, B Mystery, Zecrito, Makis Blah, Ascorp, Larry Anderson, Mario Cruz, Jelly, Lori Sweeney, Richard Cruz, PS Vita S, Adam Sondi, Hero Acer, Rodrigo Vera, Aaron Swanson, Heston Joseph, Kevin Enright, Jared Hado, Joshua Williams, Clayton Merlarkey, BMF, Gutter Drums, Hemdall Imbert, Wendy K, David Ray, Phantom XRS, Saul Ramirez, Kyle Brooks, JR, E-Rock, Per Sterner, Adam Thury, and Skulshur Tugel TCG. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and seeing your name on this end screener, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that can be provided too, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have various ways for you to do this down there. Can't support in this manner? Don't worry about it. Likes and shares can help equally as much at making this channel grow. But no amount of growth can ever take away the shame I feel for liking these games.